Shimoda, the chef of Tortuga at the Pink Pony, and it's very nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you.
So tell me, how did you actually get into cooking, and who is your inspiration for cooking?
Well, my mother, she was she's the inspiration of everything. She was my mentor and the one that taught me everything. Since I was very little, I like probably about 7 years old, I used to watch her and go with her to make the tortillas and fire up the wood, you know, for the griddle. And I mean, that's how everything started. And my mother never really wanted to do food as a business. She just wanted to, you know, cook for her 4 sons and for her kids, and that's it. So
very good. So you've been cooking since you're about 7 years old.
Just about 7, 8 years old, yeah.
And it's just evolved into coming here to Boca Grande.
Yep.
What brought you down to Boca Grande?
The farmers market in 2015. I came here, and there used to be a small market, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go make fresh food. And I said, you know, I picked the menu, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make some fresh guacamole, some fresh salsa pico de gallo, tamales, and that's it. And just make it to order right in front of you.
So you said the first time at your farmer's market you sold out within a half an hour.
Yeah, I came in with the idea just to make everything one person to order and let the word spread. And next thing you know, people at the same day, just next thing you know, half an hour later, I had a line and I had no avocados.
I just tried the guacamole and it is delicious. I can't wait to have the avocado toast, which I got to watch him make. Can you tell me, what is Mexican street cuisine, and how is that different from perhaps going to a Mexican restaurant?
Mexican street cuisine is the origin of like how Mexican food was created. You know, the tacos were made to feed the army during the revolution, and so how can get you know, something to eat real quick and back to the battle. Same thing with tamales. Tamales were, you know, made for the same thing. If you go eat it right away, or you can last for a while. You can put them in, you know, there was no fridges back in the day.
Right.
So tamale, once it's made, you can, you know, all the stuff's cooked and then wrapped up in a husk. So it preserves very well. I mean, you know, in the normal and regular temperatures. So Mexican street cuisine, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, everything from scratch, fresh. You know, you got, you know, like making a green salsa. You got your peppers, you can roast them, you can make a roll, wash them down, and you put them in there with some garlic, some salt.
Do you think traditional Mexican restaurants have Americanized Mexican food, and then the street cuisine is actually more authentic?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that I have always been my little a problem for me. When I go to a Mexican restaurant, I have you know, it's very hard to find. I feel like they have been afraid to introduce or to teach the American culture, or any culture besides our, you know, the Mexican culture, to teach them, you know, what a tamale is or what a carne asada is. So they try to, you know, I mean, it's a Tex-Mex influence, but then Tex-Mex decided, you know, they have something, you know, that they created to, you know, it's Americanized.
Right.
So I feel like, I mean, a lot of people, they don't, I mean, they name a taco, but they put shredded cheese in and tomatoes and lettuce. I mean, us, as you will see on the menu, it's, you know, a steak taco put on the grill. Then you get, you know, you get some cilantro, some fresh guacamole, some pico de gallo, fresh lime, and a good salsa.
I think now people want a more authentic meal when they go to a particular restaurant, like a Mexican restaurant. They want to know, what is Mexican food? You know, what does it really taste like? What does it look like? What is it made from? I think that's really important.
Yeah, one of the, you know, it's one of those things, I guess, it's very simple, and I think, you know, Boca Grande was one of the places that I feel like, you know, people actually want to experience that, and they want for spicy. They ask for like, oh, you know, spicy, and they like the little. If I ask them like, you can do like medium or mild, you know, and they get taste of it. And next thing you know, you know, you go to the next level, and next thing you know, you're eating spicy food, which I think my spicy is nothing compared, like, you know, other spicy from other countries. Right. I think, you know, I call it flavorful spicy. You can actually keep eating it, and you know, and you break a sweat a little bit, but my mother will say it, and I say, yeah, she will make me something, and I say, you know, don't put too much spice. And she's like, why? What happened to you? You're not Mexican. I said, no, Mom, because I've been here for 20 plus years. I said my spice level has, you know, lower. Right. So that tells you that, you know, yeah, it's definitely back home they do eat it spicy, and I used to eat a lot of spicy. So yeah, so now I call it flavorful spicy.
Do you use a lot of local produce from Florida?
I do. So I mean, tomatoes, you know, like any other kitchen, you know, they're one of the main, you know, things that I use is usually for the salsa, the guacamole. So those one, you know, and they go by seasons. But I would say probably, I say 7 months of the year they do grow in Florida, and like Immokalee, Arcadia, and stuff like that. Same thing with citrus, limes, cilantro. So I would say that, you know, part of the year, or at least most of the year, like 6 months of the year, I use a lot of local products.
That's great.
So and then the other part, like I said, I know it's around September probably. I know the tomatoes come from other places.
Right.
It's like Georgia,
Right.
Tennessee. There's an organic farm around Arcadia, and so then they spray me poblano peppers, the cilantro, and different stuff. But again, it varies.
Right.
So I mean, it would be nice if they'll be very long, but that's kind of like almost like a little bit impossible. But
Right.
I guess, you know, 7 months of the year, I like that.
So Tortuga obviously is a great addition to Boca Grande, and actually it's at the Pink Pony. It looks like a food truck on the right-hand side in the courtyard. So come down to Tortuga for authentic Mexican street food. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching Island TV.